let's meet our starting fives. Starting for the EAC Generals. At forward, number 10, Gerald Serrano. Guard number 15, Enzo Saludo. At center, number 17, Sydney Onwubere. Forward, number 11, John Chabon. And the other guard, number 14, John Tayungtong. The head coach of the Generals is Jerry Esplana. Starting for the Letran Knights. At guard number 4, John Calvo. The other guard number 5, Fidel Castro. At center number 6, Chester Saldua. Forward number 17, Daryl Seguntico. And the other forward, number 14, Gier Quinto. The head coach of the Knights is Galoy Garcia. Our officials this game.
And this battle for survival, it's a second round, EAC against CSJL. EAC going with this familiar 5 of John Tayungtong, Enzo Saludo, Sydney Onwubere, Gerald and Jan Amon. But for Colegio and Juan de Letran, we were both surprised as we saw these young players starting out. John Calvo, Daryl Singontingo, Chester Salua, Kier Quinto, and Fidel Castro. Castro the only exception, but the other 4 are actually rookies.
Alam naman natin si Coach Kaloy Garcia is a disciple of Coach Yeng Giao. You know, if you know Coach Yeng, Coach Kaloy, you never know kung sino ang kanilang mga starters. At yan nga, you're in survival mode. You wanna try anything that will work. And hopefully, para kay Coach Kaloy Garcia, this unorthodox lineup will work for them.
You know, most coaches would tend to go with a familiar 5 every time out, or with the 5 that works best. The 5 that gives them wins. Para dito kay Coach Kaloy Garcia, that's actually my first talking point here. Is it time for Coach Kaloy to do something different in order to try and get a winning streak in round number 2?
Oh, definitely. Sometimes, pagka it's not working, you have to try some other guys. And, you know, alam ng coach yung talent ng bawat player. Tayo, we don't see it. We only see yung regular rotation. But he's the one who sees it every practice. Actually, zone para dito sa Emilio Aguinaldo College. But titignan niya, maybe some of these guys have been playing very well in practice. As we see a 3 from Letran. Mali mo, magandang pinapakita. He wants to give them an opportunity to shine here in the NCAA.
Daryl Singontico, one of the versatile forwards. Ito si Coach Kaloy Garcia getting the opening bucket. Letran on the run. Chester Saldua goes behind the back, up high and off the glass for the finish.
So far, yun nga, magandang pinapakita dito ng bulot ni Coach Kaloy Garcia, showing a lot of energy, intensity. Yan nga yung mga players na hindi mo masyado nagagamit. They will come in with intensity. Siguro a little bit of nerves, but intensity. Gusto nilang pakita sa kanilang coaching staff na they deserve to play.
Gerald Serrano with a high looper. Battle for the board. Nakuha na Tayungtong. Jan Hamon. Open. Makes them pay from downtown.
At very disappointed ito si assistant coach Mike Medea. You know, if it's Jay Ham, you should stick to him in downtown.
5-3 early in the first. Shot from the corner. This is Gerald Serrano back the guard in the paint. Veteran point guard John Tayungtong binigay sa kapwa veterano. Hamon outside. Serrano one more try. This time puts it in.
Serrano, one of the best stretch fours that we have here in the NCAA. If you're following basketball, recently nauso na yan kasamang James yung stretch four. Hindi na pumuposte ang mga 4 ngayon. A lot of guys, itong si Serrano is the perfect stretch four with his shooting range.
Calvo from the corner overcooks it. Serrano another rebound. Tayungtong surveying the floor, crosses over. Binigay kay Onwubere inside, but misses the shot. 1-point lead para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College, 6-5. Letran moving the ball around, trying to beat the zone with ball movement. Singontingo, same spot, uses to pull up and knocks it down. 5 points para kay Daryl Singontingo.
Etong Singontingo, alam natin that he has that range from the outside. So far, these young guys, Coach Kaloy Garcia, providing the energy, and they're also executing on defense here in the first few minutes of this game.
Them left to shoot para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College. Tayungtong with a kick out. Serrano from straight away. Not that time, but a foul is whistled.
Fidel Castro violating one of the most basic principles of basketball. Coach Caloy Garcia, he will have a earful here kasamang James. So, you don't ever foul jump shooters. At ito nga, nasa-serve na ng konti itong si Castro.
Sometimes that energy can work both ways.
That's right.
Masyadong gigil. So coaches just have to rein the young talent and remind them of the basics that they need to execute on the floor.
At yung other side din ito kasamang James is, this is a wake-up call para kina Mark Cruz, para kina Gabawan, kina Rakal. Siyempre, ano sila ma-inspire sila na okay, hindi kami stinar, that's not the regular rotation. Magpapakita rin kami once we get into this basketball game.
And as we talk about this unorthodox style of coaching ni Coach Caloy Garcia, of course a team would start, an opposing team would make their scouting reports based on what they usually see on the floor. Kaya yung iba yung kombinasyon na pinapakita ni Coach Caloy Garcia, how does it affect EAC's preparation going into this game?
Yun nga yun sometimes it can work for you, yung bulaga factor ang tinatawag nila dito. They prepared, they knew that Mark Cruz and Rakal, they assumed that Mark Cruz and Rakal would be starters. Ngayon, titignan natin if they will be able to adjust. Ito, nagtao-tao na sila. Initially, they played zone. So, dyan pumapasok yung quick adjustments of the coaching staff. At ngayon, magkakaroon tayo time, and I'm sure there will be some adjustments between both teams.
9-7 lead para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College.
Second round of elimination. His back is still bothering him. He still doesn't have a go signal from the doctor. But the players also told me he hasn't been attending practice as well. No idea when he'll be back. Now with Happy gone, what's the Generals gonna do? Now, John Hamon and the rest of the veterans promise that they will double their effort. At sa practice nga daw, intense ang ginagawa nila sa kanilang drills dahil when you're down, kailangan talaga buhayin ang kanilang koponan. Sabi nga ni Coach, as long as there are still players willing to be in the court, lalaban pa rin ang EAC Generals. James?
Maraming salamat, Mara Aquino. Of course, para sa mga veterano tulad din na John Hamon, John Tayongtong, it's up to them to really anchor both ends on the floor para sa EAC.
At definitely yung mga injuries, kasamang James, kasama talaga yan sa basketball. Unfortunately, para dito kay Coach Jerry Esplana, isa sa mga main cup at ang kanilang main anchor of defense sa itong si kanilang sentro, si Happy Nube, they have to not a single person can replace him. It has to be gang rebounding. It has to be a lot. It has to be a collective effort on the part of the big men of Emilio Aguinaldo.
You know, conversely, yun din yung pinagdadaanan ngayon ng Colegio San Juan de Letran with Raymond Almazan going to the pros. So they've really had to try and compensate kung ano man yung nawala as a team.
Ayun nga, magandang matchup din sa Emilio Aguinaldo. Both teams are not the tallest here in the NCAA, but they have very, very mobile guards and wingmen. As in Onmubere, fall from medium range, wala.
Raynam Batak in the game, anchoring this offense. Here Quinto, also in the game, fires a three. Not that time, Onmubere up high for the board. 1 point advantage para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College, 9-8. Tayongtong off the drive, sets up Onmubere. Drives left, floats it up and in, gets a finish at the foul.
Strong drive mula dito kay Onmubere. They need some of those bigs to contribute in terms of scoring. Kita natin Onmubere, nice fake, strong drive, and the upper body strength to complete that three-point play.
And with Sydney Onmubere playing the center spot, gives EAC a different dimension in terms of attacking in the paint.
O kailangan dumiskarte ka eh. Nangyari sa'yo, you're smaller, but you might actually have to find something positive. Ngayon baka mas mabilis ka on that center spot. So you have to maximize those mismatches as Onmubere here is more mobile than itong si Happy Nube.
Sydney Onmubere, usually an energy guy who cleans up the misses of Cedric Happy inside, now is the main man in the middle. Unfortunately, did not connect on that free throw. Pero labang pa rin ng Emilio Aguinaldo College, 11-8, almost at the halfway mark dito sa ating first quarter. Castro at the right wing, sets up Chester Saldua from the corner. A lot of threes not falling para sa Colegio San Juan de Letran in the middle minutes of the first quarter.
Mukhang Emilio Aguinaldo's game plan is to dare Letran to take that outside shot. And so far, it's working a bit.
Tayong sets up on Ubere. Strong move inside, but it's an offensive foul.
At ito si Olivere looking at his coach. Coach Jerry Esplana does not appreciate that call. He felt that the defense was moving on that play. But you have to credit itong si Olivere. He's starting this game very aggressive. At yan ang kailangan mo. You cannot be passive without Happy Nube. You need to assert yourself in that shaded area.
Finally, Kevin Racal makes his appearance para sa Colegio San Juan de Letran. Saldua, handle para kay Kirito. Good close-out defense by EAC. Namatak trying to drive. There's a whistle on the floor.
Kanina kasamang James na banggit natin, how will the starter respond, at least of Letran, how will they respond knowing that they're not the usual starters? Again, ito babantayan naman natin. Kevin Racal, Mark Cruz, how will they respond? Usually, they are starters, now they're coming off the bench.
Different look para di sa Letran with Racal coming off the bench as Serrano airballs that shot. Kailangan mainit ka agad pagpapasok mo as opposed to having enough time to get acclimated to the competition when you start.
Well, alam natin yan kasi pag galing tayo sa bench, ginaw ka pa. Medyo hindi ka pa nakapu-warm up. But, so again, let's see. Ito, Mark Cruz about to check in as well. So let's see if they're able to adjust. Actually, Mark Cruz has played some time na ginamit na 6-man itong si Coach Galoy. So really more Kevin Racal will have to adjust here. Kasi si Coach Galoy Garcia giving instructions to his young guys.
Mark Cruz in the game, right on cue. Still an 11-8 advantage para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College here in the first. Tayong uses the Serrano pick, has Rawaya on him. Tayong dancing with the defense. Sets up on Ubere inside for two.
You have to credit Tayong half that basket. He was able to lure and distinguish the mismatch and dishing it off in the last second.
Letran moving the ball around. Bata pulls up. Short on the shot, maybe bothered on the way up.
So far, na pa rin pinapakita dito ng Emilio Aguinaldo, daring Letran to shoot from the outside.
So far, that has worked para di sa EAC. Oh, but Jan Hamon caught dancing to the wrong tune.
Gandang recovery ni Saldua on that play, knowing that Jan Hamon is more comfortable shooting from the outside.
As you look at that excellent feed para kay Sidney Onubere, ang ating Smart Slow-Mo replay brought to you by Smart. Jump into an all-access pass of awesomeness. Jump into Smart. Saldua in the high post. Binigyan kay Mark Cruz. Cruz with a pull-up. First shot doesn't go. And Saludo the rebound. Tayong will pull back out. Kevin Racal ang tumatawag kay John Tayong. EAC 13, Letran 8. Shooter wide open at the corner. Unfortunately, Serrano could not convert. Onubere hustling for it. Fresh 24 para sa EAC. Opat ng batak with the steal. Sets up Cruz. Mark Cruz goes all the way.
Nice swipe mula dito kay Nambatak in the presence of mind to give that forward pass to a streaking Mark Cruz with an easy basket.
And it's just a three-point game, 13-10. EAC shifting gears. They want to execute at the half court. Hamon for three. Knocks it down. And EAC using their outside shooting to bury Letran here in the first quarter, 16-10. J-Ham and the rest of the veterans stepping up at just the right time. More action rather than what you don't have. Kahit wala Cedric Happy para sa EAC. Two players definitely sparkled in their last game. Jan Hamon, Gerald Serrano, the veteran, and the rookie coming up with a 16-point effort sa kanilang huling laro.
Maganda yung punto mo kasamang James. Cedric Happy is not here. So you have to focus on your strengths. And the strength of Emilio Aguinaldo is they have good shooters. J-Ham at itong si Serrano can hit it from the outside. And so far, they have been very consistent. So ang aabangan natin is who will be the other guys who can step up here para dito kay Coach Jerry Esplana.
$1 million fate but a 10-cent finish para dito kay Ford Roya.
Paminsan, nandun na lahat ng moves no? Nabibitin lang sa sobrang ganda ng moves. Speaking about moves, Jerry Esplana, one of the best post-up point guards that we ever had in Philippine basketball, di ba? Napunta mo ba yan, Jay?
I think he's still doing it in a different league as Gerald Serrano finally knocks it down. And that time, Coach Jerry Esplana approves.
9 points para dito kay Serrano.
High low play para kay Ruaya. Bothered by EAC. Cruz spots Racal. Wide open. Makes them pay.
First basket para dito kay Kevin Racal.
It's been a shootout. Pero lamang ang EAC when it comes to outside shooting. Cruz on Tayong-Tong. Crosses him up. Serrano, the fake. Nambata trying to fight for it. Pero mananatili bola sa EAC.
Alam mo si Ray Nambata is a very, very underrated defender. Nakita natin, nakaagaw siya kanina. Ngayon naman yung quick hands preventing that easy three-point attempt para dito sa Emilio Aguinaldo.
I think at one point in last season, he was the league leader in steals with a 2 a game.
Yeah.
Onu Beda scoring on the drive.
Onu Beda, his 6th point of the game. And if you are Coach Jerry Esplana, masaya ka that you're getting some points from your center position, which usually doesn't happen pag wala si Happy Dube.
Maraming salamat. JR Postol keeping us updated with the story of the stats. Gambata trying to extricate himself from the defense of Serrano. Jamil Gabawan now in the game. Bungles the basketball. Binigay kay Racal. Fires against the defense and knocks it down.
2 of 2 for Kevin Racal. So that's a good sign para dito sa Letran Knights. They have, Emilio Aguinaldo has been daring them to shoot from the outside. And so far, the past 2 possessions, Kevin Racal made them pay.
Amon looking for a friend. 10 left to shoot. Onubere will drive kontra kay Gabawan. Overshoots it. Cruz will set things up. 18 seconds natitira sa game clock in the first quarter. Gabawan from the corner hits the side of the backboard. And a possible last shot time para sa EAC. Arquero squaring up against Racal. Binigay kay Serrano. Wild shot misses at doon magtatapos ang ating unang yugto, 21-16. Pabor para sa Emilio Aguinaldo College. Kevin Racal, Mark Cruz, and the rest of the veterans of the Knights trying to counter the hot shooting of Jan Hamon, Gerald Serrano, and the Generals, looking to bury them in an avalanche of outside shots. Jan Hamon and EAC starting out strong in the survival mode match kontra sa Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Marami pang aksyon sa second quarter. Magbabalik po kami dito sa NCAA on Sports 5.